You ready, Kelly?
Hit R on the keyboard.
There we go. Okay, hey guys, welcome to Somebody Had to Say It. Tonight the topic is going to be relationships with gay, I guess we can say lesbians. I'm here with Scantain Poppy, aka Talene.
Hey y'all.
He's going to tell his personal experiences. Also, you guys can tell me, what's relatable. But I think I just want to jump right in. So to start it off, I think that a lot of people sexualize everything.
Mm-hmm.
For one, why are you sexualizing your kids? I feel for me, I'm gonna make it a bit personal because I wanted to say that if I found out that my child was gay, a lesbian, what we call a fag, whatever, I wouldn't treat them any different because you're still my child. Why do you think that parents feel as though when they find out their child is like gay or a lesbian or something, they have to treat them differently? Like, what is it?
I think a lot of the time, like, they're more consistent with judgments of outside forces than, actually the relationship between them and their child.
Right.
They much rather have a child that is more societally accepted, by a general population. And they kind of like exchange that for their fucking,
Do you
integrity.
think that, right, but do you think that in your situation, do you think religion played a big part in your parents? Do you think that if they were not Muslim, it would have been a different outcome?
Yeah, you want to know something? Because, so my grandmother, she's Christian.
Right.
She was not
There you go.
as, obviously, like, she's not as adamant about the whole weighing on that gay shit, a man is a man, whatever the case may be. She's not on that, but my dad, who is a Muslim, a very strict Muslim and everything, it's evident we never had to have a conversation for me to know that it ain't giving it up like that, which is why we never had a conversation. And I think
you've never had a conversation with your dad about you being like gay?
To this day, no.
Have y'all had a conversation about other things after he found out you was gay?
No, because I'm not exactly sure when or where or if he found out I was gay.
Wait, so you haven't talked to your dad since you came out?
I speak to him every day, but we
okay.
never talk about that though.
That's my question. So y'all talk about everything else but that.
Yes, yeah. He know,
but he feels what? You gotta be a man.
I don't think
why is it that when men are gay, the society is strips your manhood, but when women are gay, the society is like, yes, we want women to be gay, we want girl to girl action.
I just think that like they associate it with like femininity. And like they capitalized off of femininity, and they make that seem like it is the significance in being a homosexual man. When in reality, being a gay man is just being attracted to the same sex. There was never ever anything written in that said you had to be flamboyant and had to be feminine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why is it that when we say gay or a man is gay, we think wigs, drag, dancing? We think that, but that's not it's some masculine gay men. And I honestly, once you become an adult, I feel like your parents shouldn't have as much pressure or wanting to mold you until they want you to be as when you're a kid. Now, I can understand if you're 11 years old and your family feels like, why are you gay? Why do you like the same sex? Them trying to talk you out of it or feeling away. If I'm 25 and I like women and you're 25, you like men, you're grown.
Yeah.
Why is sexuality even a part of a conversation with people and their children when it's like, I don't have sex with you, you're mom?
I don't even know what conversation me and my dad would have. Like, what do you want to know? Am I a bottom or a top?
That's what I'm saying. What was y'all talking about?
What the hell? Like, child.
I feel like more so in a black culture. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna just say in a black culture. Somebody told me this. Somebody said, and she wanted me to talk about this, but I can't put it in her words because I don't know that to be true. She said that her Puerto Rican family more so was lenient and didn't kick her out and then act like it was the end of the world more so than her black family did. But I was explaining to her, you're one person.
Right.
That I can't state that.
Right.
one race will act differently because it's also about the people. It's not really about the race. But I think that in a black culture, we were always meant to be like strong and our men. You see what I'm saying? They broke our men down for so long. It's like they think that gay make our men weak.
Exactly. Whereas no other races, white people don't think that at all.
Yeah, white people actually embrace like they're like if I don't know. I think it's because of where we come from though. Do you think that that's the reason? A
lot of this shit is regional. Like like the culture up north in general is a lot more desensitized. Is a lot more the views up here are known to be militant. A lot of shit is just set in stone. We stuck up in our ways.
Yeah.
Down south and shit like that, it's a lot more people that's open minded. Over in LA on the West Coast, people are open minded. Like it is not left field for
but
somebody to be.
You know what's crazy? The people that live in LA, they literally say that bisexual is a thing. Like
bisexual.
Like they like you know how in Philly we would say no. Once you fuck a man, you're gay.
Yeah. Period.
They don't think like that. They think that you can fuck a man and then fuck a woman and then go back to fucking men.
It's because that brings me back to like the open mindedness. Like so, we just so accustomed to people, like I said, being stuck in their ways. We seeing them, they one trick pony, they do something, they say they're gonna do another thing, but they still do what they do. When in reality, like it's a big world, and there's some people that really are equally interested in both.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that? You really think so?
I think so.
I mean,
Girls.
I think women for 1,000%.
Because I'm gonna keep it real. Like I could say I'll fuck a girl any day of the week, but do I want to? No.
I really think that once black men, well, let's just say men, once men, become gay, then that's what they want to do. I've never really met a gay man that was gay and just said, you know what, no, I'm going back to my wife.
Yeah, no, it don't work like that.
Like, once somebody found out that they was gay, they was like, okay, fuck it.
I mean, how was you the first time you got dick? You wasn't going back, was you?
Yeah, but you gotta think about it. It's like, you never had pussy?
Yeah,
I think that pussy is better than dick.
No way.
I like girls.
No way.
You know I like girls too. So my whole thing is, what you mean? It was a pussy that you had, Tylee, when you was
No, the pussy, don't get me wrong, the pussy was good, but like, it bleeds.
That don't matter. Child, that don't matter. You're not gonna fuck nobody when the pussy bleeding.
Girl, it bleeds. It got, like, you got timeout periods and shit like that. I ain't got time for that. I want it whenever. However, you could just thread. And then, like, it gets pregnant.
Okay. Which you wouldn't be here for didn't get pregnant, sweetie. So get to that. That's the way of the world.
And I'm appreciative. I just, I don't like it for me. But also, the man, like, I think I'm more attracted to masculinity, the concept, like, just the overall disposition of a masculine man than I am more infatuated with the sex. Like, the sex, honestly, like...
Okay, so it's like just being with a man.
Yeah.
That's what I think women like just being with a man, or having somebody to protect them, or having, like, somebody that's like there for him. So like,
you could be the baddest bitch, and I'm like sexually attracted to you. No, I'm attracted to masculinity. So.
What do you mean the baddest bitch? Are you talking about a man?
No. I'm saying like
a woman,
a real girl. Like,
okay.
Because I don't think I told you. So I had a threesome with a girl recently.
A girl and a gay guy? Like, it was two gays and a girl? Who was she? Can we get her out there so we can get her arrested?
I don't know. Well, my friend know her. I met her through my friend.
Somebody gotta say this. If you're a straight woman and you're having a threesome with two gays, please jump off the nearest bridge.
And you want to know something? It was so odd for me because she really wanted to see me and him fucking around.
Child, I can't.
It was so weird.
I feel like I could be friend. I love gay people. I just do. Like, you know how I am. I just love them. Right. I could be friends with them. But actually watching you have sex, girl, stop.
Like, that's anything.
Yeah, I don't know what crossed her mind. Did you ask her? Was you intrigued by her? Like, I would have asked her, like, girl.
And then no, she wasn't my type of girl. I was just drunk and...
What do you mean she wasn't your type of girl?
She was...
Was this recent, like...
I don't want to... Yeah.
A couple months ago?
Yeah.
Okay. What made, like, okay, was it all y'all drunk? I'm just saying, like, y'all literally went home with her. What made it, like...
No, so I have a friend, and, like, we always be having threesomes and shit. And
what, straight girls?
No.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm,
sometimes straight girls, though? More than this?
That one time. No, just
okay.
that one time.
Okay.
And he called me over or whatever. I was actually super, super curious as to how this shit was gonna go, and I thought it was gonna go completely different. But girl, she was all.
What do you mean? You thought you was gonna fuck her?
I did fuck her. Why are you laughing, girl? I fucked her.
Who is this lady? I need her killed.
She was 2 times my age.
She was 57.
Damn near.
Who's Granny? First of all, why did you meet her? And why was she having sex with 2 gay men?
Well, he's older. He knows her. And
no shade, I don't like that for her.
Girl, that bitch was freaky backwards. I think she might have even been off of an E-bomb.
What was she doing to y'all? Like, was she getting in?
She was sucking my dick. She was giving me a rim job. That's funny ass. I don't know.
Oh my God, they said them cougars is freaks, child.
They is, and I just was.
So afterwards, what did she say? Like, did y'all talk or just kick her out?
We was at her house.
Oh, did she want to chill after that and like talk?
Yeah, she wanted to like roll up, smoke a blunt, and kick her feet up.
So what like, did y'all ask her, is y'all the first gay couple? Like,
girl, I split like a banana after I nut. I was like,
somebody had to say that. As soon as you get your nut, you're out of there.
I'm out of here, bitch.
Oh my God. Child, I did not expect you to say that, Liam. I'm gagging.
Yes, it was. I didn't expect it to be in the situation. It was very odd. And it was just a reminder. I still don't look like pussy.
It's skipping. Why is it skipping? Let me turn the Wi-Fi on.
It was just a reminder.
Y'all should be able to hear now because I turned on the Wi-Fi. Is it clear? Sorry, y'all. I'm reading the comments now. It's no shade. But anyway, is it still skipping or no? Okay, I turned the Wi-Fi on. Child, yes. He was just saying that he had sex with a 65-year-old cougar.
I did not say 65.
She was licking butt for 3 hours. She was getting flipped top to bottom by him and his significant other. And she's a sicko. That's what we had to, I don't know why
and she was really like talking to us, like she's.
Oh
done
my
that
God, is she pretty?
No.
The clarity of that face. So she's ugly.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains everything. Whew, okay.
Well, she was older. And
it doesn't matter. When I'm older, I'm not going to be older and ugly, and I'm not going to be looking ass. That's for 2 gay men. Sorry.
She just didn't. She looks like she does what she was doing a lot.
Did y'all ask her? I would have wanted to know that. Like, girl, how many gay men have you been licking? Assholes have you licked?
Probably a shitload, girl. I got tested the next day.
If somebody got that look, then somebody gotta say this. That running get tested look, bitch. You need to stand down.
Bitch.
Don't shake. My fucking wine going. Oh, there it is. You gotta stand down. I feel like that was a key. That was crazy. But back to the topic at hand. If you have, you know what's so crazy to me, Lee? I wanted to ask you this because I was having a conversation with a man that was actually gay, and he said if his son comes out gay, he would be upset. Like if he had a son.
I said, a gay man.
I was confused. What possesses somebody to think that way? I said, so do you hate yourself? He said, no. How? You hate yourself. If you're gay and you have a son that comes out gay, and you're like, no, I wouldn't want my son to come out gay, but I don't get it. You're a gay man. I would expect that from a straight father. Not from somebody that's already gay themselves that probably already went through a struggle with their parents. But you think it might be the pressure of whoever felt the way about him, he's holding that grudge and maybe
he's projecting.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
But as a gay man yourself, you cannot say, if my son comes out gay, it's over. What's over? You're gay.
Right, what do you mean?
What are you talking about? I
be thinking, I wonder what my dad's real standpoint on all of this is.
I wonder if you talk to your dad, he might surprise you.
No, bitch, I'm gonna be surprised.
I think that he might surprise you in a matter of you might think that it's worse than what it is.
I just know him so well, and I know that he's such a sarcastic bastard, and he's gonna say something to just ruin my life. It's just gonna be detrimental to my spirits, so it's just not a conversation for him. And besides, you got other sons they could be straight.
But do you think that grown man being gay changes their character?
No, and I think that me being gay, like it really contributed to my characters significantly. Like I feel like the feminine aspects that I do possess are, the ones that are necessary. Like, just my being a lot less desensitized than most people are. Like a lot of gay guys, for example, when we started getting on the lives and stuff like that, these motherfuckers was up there raw. They was going off. They didn't give a damn about like any repercussions and shit like that.
Right.
I'm very, a little bit more conservative, not as like, off the wall. I mean, I know if y'all been watching me last week, this may sound like bullshit, but but no.
You mean overall?
Overall,
yes.
right. So I think that like the homosexuality kind of like started molding me into a more just well-rounded person. Not that straight men out here ain't well-rounded, but like no shade. All of my brothers is in jail, and I'm the only one that's gay, so that speaks volumes.
I think that actually might have. Sometimes being a certain way or living a certain way might save you from yourself.
Yeah, that's facts.
You think that?
That's facts.
I think that being like some people that go through certain things in life is because of the path they choose. And it's crazy to say, but sometimes you might meet somebody that's gay, and because they're gay and they're not comfortable, they won't jump out the window and do certain things that a straight man would do. So they might save them from themselves.
Exactly.
So I think that for you, that's something that you should be proud of. Like, and I want gay people or like dykes and all that, fags and all that. Be you. Like my best, my best Mir. Mm-hmm. He wasn't coming out like, and I told him, I had a conversation. I said, listen, fuck whoever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You have to come out for yourself. You have to be yourself, because at the end of the day, if you're not fooling anybody else, you don't want to fool yourself. Right. And I think that the most important thing about living in your truth is being you no matter what. So it was a hard thing to do for him, I'm sure, for anybody. But if people don't accept you for who you are, then you don't need them around you.
And he was pretty old. Like, he was an adult.
Yeah.
He was in that transition period. So I can only imagine how like
it was hard, but look how free he felt after that. You know what I mean? Yeah, mm-hmm. And whoever stuck around was meant, and whoever didn't, oh well.
Exactly.
I feel like that's for anything, whether you're gay, whether you're not, anything whether you're a prostitute, whoever you are, if you live in your truth and stand in your truth, the people that are meant to be in your life won't leave.
And you want to know something? It's so funny you say this, right? Because I have had, I think I told you, I have had two friends who blatantly admitted that, like, no, we don't fuck with you no more because you're gay, period. And it's just like, this just kind of like also ties into the entitlement, what I want a lot of people, I feel like gay men, women, people in general don't speak on it enough. The entitlement from like family and friends, like the why didn't you tell me? Why don't you feel like you couldn't trust me?
Right.
And then like, because for example, I could talk about this. So Brina, my best friend Brina, so when she found out, it was very kind of like shaky, right? Because it was on some like grapevine shit, and mind you, Brina would get in, like she would defend me down in the event that anybody ever said something like that about me, right? So I felt like it was kind of like a disappointment for her, right?
Yeah.
While at the same time, I was like looking at like she wasn't seeing the aspect of like, bro, like, you know how many people is in line before you that like, this information could be a lot more significant to, like, you talking about some, I should have told you, bitch. I didn't tell my mom and my dad. Yeah, I didn't talk to my grandma about it. Like, what I just don't understand why people are so just like consistent with knowing when essentially you can't do anything with the information.
Thank you. And I'm happy you said that, because that's important. At the end of the day, when someone tells you that they're gay, when someone tells you that they're a prostitute, when someone tells you that they have AIDS, if you look at that person in a different light, then they shouldn't have told you.
Exactly.
Because this is not information that I have to share with you. People do not have to share their sexual preferences.
At all.
They don't have to share if they selling that pussy. I don't have to share my nigga if I don't want.
No.
I don't have to show you a fuck thing. So if I do share certain things with you, it's because I want to. Right. It's not a necessity. And I think that a lot of parents specifically feel as though their children have to tell them everything.
Exactly.
And I want to say this because my friend, one of her kids is turning into a teenager. And when she talks to me about certain stuff that she does, I said, well, I'm not going to say my first name. You have to remember that you were a teenager once. Right. Take yourself back to how we were. Right. You don't want to share everything with your parents in that time and that age because it's like you have best friends for that.
Right.
You might. I told her it doesn't mean that she doesn't care. She's just closer to her friends at this age. That's the age.
And it's a lot of it is like you just doing trial and error. Like you take this shit across your mom desk when you got shit figured out.
That part.
You know what I mean? Like it was not given. The first time I had a gay interaction, oh my God, grandma, I'm a fat. It wasn't
right.
that. Like, I had to kind of like really figure out like if this was where I was with things.
Girl, when I first took a girl home to my girl, this lady said, this was her exact word. My grandpa was in the kitchen, she was in the living room. I brought the girl in, right? We was in the living room just chilling. She said, child, now London in here eating cock. My grandma one of the people that she don't never get in to what she want to say. She just say some smart shit and then they go by. She probably wanted to say that, what? But then you eat pussy, bitch? But she yelled to the kitchen, get Rosie, because my grandma named Roosevelt. Rosie, London in here eating cocktail. I said, what, bitch? I went up with her. Cock. She called pussy cock because she old. I'm like, huh? She never even, and mind you, we never had no conversation. She never, we never got into it or nothing. Old people is crazy. She
Grandma
said that and she never
fucking wall.
Bitch, and she never said a motherfucking word about it after that, child.
Oh my God, girl. Child, she seen me in the basement because, I had the basement on Smash back in the day. And I had one of my first kind of serious situation down there with me. We was laid up on the couch or whatever, child. And when my grandma, she would never come in the basement. But this one time, I guess, the bitch had to wash some clothes or something. I just cannot believe she pumped down them steps.
And what happened?
My fucking skinny ass ex hopped up and ran across the basement behind a bar.
Oh my God.
Child, long story short, later on that day, my grandma said, Talene, was that a boy? I said, no, grandma, that's my dyke friend, Kaya.
Grandma, I'm fucking a dyke. Oh well. I'd rather say that than tell her was a man.
It was given.
She has a bald, it's fine.
Yeah, she's a low cut. What do you mean? It was given. I seen Kaya that day, girl. You need to go get a haircut.
Bitch, if grandma see you home,
and child. You got a motherfucking low Caesar, bitch. The jig is up. No, girl, go get that cut.
Child.
I'll pay for it, girl.
I live for my grandma though, cause she was one of the people that it just is what it is type people. Mm-hmm. A lot of people aren't like that though.
She was accepting.
Yeah, she was accepting of anything though. No matter what I did, she'd be like, she'll get smart and say little shit like, but it wouldn't be like I don't feel like I can't tell her anything. And also, it's a difference. I want parents to know that, from making your kids feel comfortable enough to tell you everything in a friend way, or in a way that you still have authority. Because you got to remember, a lot of these younger parents these days are kids having kids. So a lot of kids are growing up trying to maintain a friendship with their parents.
Yeah.
And they lose the authority part.
And certain things, it's certain conversations that you should not be having with your kids.
Thank you.
Your daughter shouldn't be coming and telling you how AJ had her bent over the balcony or whatever the case may be. That's a conversation for her friends.
Somebody had to say that.
Y'all think that it's tea to be all invested in your daughter's sexual lives and things like that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's given.
It's also a difference of letting your child.
It's evasive.
Be free.
Yeah. And
then letting them be themselves. Because some kids are too free. Some children have too much freedom that they turn into whatever. I want to have a grasp of my daughters like that. I want you to feel free, but you're not.
Right.
Because whenever I feel like it's too much or it's too much going on, I'm going to pull back.
Right.
Parents lose the grasp for their children.
Yes, and that's how you develop good judgment with your kids. You have to let them be able to critically think. You have to see how they naturally act in certain settings. See how they react to certain situations. You can't try to blueprint your kid. 9 times out of 10, you ain't got it all together.
Right.
So like the bitch might got the formula to fucking cure cancer, but it's admitted because you so consistent on telling her that she got to be this way or that way or he got to do this and that, and now he's not capitalizing off of the fucking things that he really is
supposed to do.
Yeah, and blessed with.
That part. People like will literally not use their talents because their parents want them to be like them.
My dad wanted me to play every sport. I didn't want to. I wanted to get high and get dressed.
But you know what's a part of that too? We have to listen to our children.
Mm-hmm.
And the black community is talk. No, you shut. No. You listen.
Yeah.
It's never like our kids can tell us what they think or what they want or what they want to do.
It's not
like
a safe space.
Yeah, it's like we were programmed to have so much authority over our children that when they want to say what it is they want, we shut them down. I want to break that generational curse because that has been going on for a very long time. I feel like a lot of children are uncomfortable being themselves so they feel like they can't. So I'm going to take pride on letting my child say and do what she wants. Like, I did stuff. My pop-out was so good with me. He did make me take piano lessons. I know how to play piano, the trumpet, and the fucking guitar. Mm-hmm. I do. He made me do it. I wasn't interested. But something like that is a talent that I'm happy about.
Right.
But he didn't make me be who he thought he wanted me to be. He let me be me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, like, at the end of the day, that's why I'm in this day and time, nobody can change who I am. Exactly. Like, no matter what happened to me, you see me, I'm me. Yes. I'm never changing. And a lot of people don't have that trait because of how they was raised. They're not comfortable being themselves.
Like, it's so crazy you say that, right? Because, like, for a very long time, so I got a gay older cousin that kind of, like, broke the ice in the family before, like, I had to go through it. He took all the ass whoopings and all the ridicule and shit like that.
Right.
Boom, fast forward, right? But, like, even aside from the sexuality, my family for a long time, like, they didn't know that I was the celebrity of the family. They didn't know that I was like, I'm just keeping it fucking to the Orioles. Like, they didn't know, like, I was decent. Like, I remember I said all the time, bro, like, I was telling my grandma and aunt and all that, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to college in Miami or I'm going to college in LA. And they looking at me like, bitch, you ain't got no money, so how the fuck is you doing that?
Right.
And my whole thing was like, it's given that. Uh-huh. And my aunt all like I swear, like, really shitting on me, like, yeah, you better apply to Temple, Cheney, Shippensburg, you know, all the like little local joints. So I'm like, no, I ain't hearing it. So I literally didn't apply to any schools in the state at all on purpose. Mm-hmm. And I got initially I got a full ride to Johnson & Wales in Miami, and everybody gagged. And then even after I got the full ride, they then, you know, it was people don't openly and blatantly prey on your downfall, but the passive aggression shows that they're waiting for it.
Yes.
And, you know, like, it was like literally a simple case of my family trying to orchestrate and trying to kind of like streamline my life for me.
Right.
Despite me having my own resources and my own, you know, aspirations and shit like that. And it was given like, what if I really listened to her fucking stupid ass and with the fucking Temple? I probably would be in jail.
Yeah, and some people, they didn't have a voice in their household.
And that's
so they want to project it on you, so now you don't have a voice.
Yes.
So, but your actions spoke louder than words. Like, no matter what she said, you was determined to be. That's what I'm saying. Some people, another person would have had that same aunt, and they would have listened to her. Exactly. And they wouldn't have been where you are today. Because y'all got to remember, everybody that's older than you is not telling you the right thing.
No.
Everybody that's an aunt, an uncle, or dad, or a mom is not telling you the right thing. Because I think that people think that just because they're your parents, that you have to listen.
No.
Some parents are not the right kind. Somebody had to say this. A lot of parents don't even know how to raise their kids because of the way that they were raised. And we can't even get mad at some of them people because
they're products of the environment.
It's a generational curse. We have to break how people were raised and try to raise our kids to the best ability. Bottom line. I feel like, forget how my grandparents were raised.
Right.
And how they raised me, because they really raised me good. I want to be 10 times better than that.
Exactly. It's not no blueprint. And all that means is that you're equipped with the necessary, you know, tools to distill them into your daughter. Yeah. It's like people, like they get up here and they pawn their kids. Like they use their kids as like not the real investments and like, you know, the people that they don't value their kids for like being their kids. They value their kids for like, you know, for them being their mother. It's given like, you owe me with these parents, especially in black communities. Like, you know, you'll see a mom that's like, she got one son and 3 daughters, and you know, she just living in the projects or whatever it may be, and she's expecting the son to be the breadwinner. Or like, and it's just like the entitlement kind of like, you know, really puts a fucking it puts like a filtration system on what he can do, because he's growing up with the worried about just making sure his mom and his family and them good, considering the fact that they ain't on shit, but he's the only one that they're expecting to do shit.
That
when
puts
in
a
reality,
strain on people,
Yes, and when in reality, he could be out here hoop dreaming, fucking business owner, real estate, whatever it is, but he's so worried about making sure his mom get her perk script.
No, that was so deep. I want you to dig deeper into that, because you don't understand how deep that was what you said. A lot of people put strains on their children that are not supposed to be there.
That's why I ran away for college.
Wait, bitch, I was about to get serious, and then I'm thinking you said you just ran flat away. Bitch, when you added for college, okay, I get it.
I ran away for college.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said you ran away.
Nobody's babysitter. Like, I got all these siblings and shit, and like my dad, I already seen the tree he was barking up. Like, no, like that's not my response. That's not my storyline, bro.
I'm glad that you. Hold on, y'all. Let me get the wine. But keep talking, Lean. Give him a little. Oh, the wine right here.
It's not the storyline. It's not giving like.
You want some more? Give me a cut.
For sure. It's not giving like just because it's my little sister, I'm obligated to, you know. No, I'm not picking up where you left off. You nutted. Okay.
I really, and it's so crazy because a lot of fathers want the older brothers. They feel like, yeah, you gotta take over.
Yo, he texted me from jail. Or he be texting me like, yeah, you know what I mean? You know you out there, you know you the man of the John saying, you gotta look out for your sisters and everything. Child, they don't even call me.
But nigga, I don't give a fuck if you was in jail in a cell under the ground. You're still the father. I'm not nobody's dad.
Yeah, like what you want me to do?
Why you making me feel like I gotta put pressure like I got kids? You ain't got no fucking kids.
And then like it's already a lot of resentment with me and my family anyway, because I'm the only one that was like raised by my grandmother, and it's so many of she has so many other grandkids, so it's just kind of like the discrepancy is like, why is Talene kicked up over there, you know, living la la. But like, you know, that's just how the cookie crumbled.
No,
so
sometimes
I hate when my dad.
No, you're not giving yourself enough.
Mm.
Sometimes you are the chosen one.
And that's the real tea.
Yeah, let's get it all out there. Sometimes it doesn't matter who your brother, sister, cousin, auntie, uncle, great aunt. Sometimes you're just the chosen one, and this is the path that God chose for you.
And I want, you know what? I've been meaning to say this too. I want a lot of people, I want everybody, right, to really just kind of like start like looking at things for what they are and realizing a lot of this shit is not coincidental. Like,
nothing is coincidental.
That part.
It was already written.
Yeah, I'm not out here, you know, like getting lucky. Like, for sure, I was going to be the only one to, you know, move away for school. For sure, it was going to happen. I'm the youngest in my family, and I'm able to do a lot of shit that they wasn't able to do at my age. I'm at my age, and it's because, bitch, it's me. It's, you know, I don't know.
No, you do know. And I want you to not take away from who you are and what you are.
Know, so what do you think? Because I don't know, right? Because I don't think it's fair to say that I'm the hardest worker. I think it is fair to say that I listen and I learn from my mistakes.
Well,
but
it's safe to say that if you are chosen, no matter if you dig the ground up, lay flat on your back, or do nothing, you're chosen.
That's facts.
So whether you worked hard, or you sat back and did nothing, or you listened, or you took advice, if you're chosen, you're chosen. It's nothing that anybody can do. And I want people to realize this.
That shit is
when somebody
scary.
is chosen, it's nothing that anybody in this world can do to break you down or change what's for you.
Ain't that fucking
I done had
crazy?
So many people try to think they breaking me down and changing me. You can't break me down. You can't. I already know for sure, bitch, that I'm the one. I'm chosen. I know for sure no matter what path I go on, it's going to be a winning one.
They fucking scream out your failures. Whisper their
scream them out.
And they
but guess what? They can whisper whatever they want. God is going to show your enemy
your
accomplishments every time. So it don't matter what they say. Or we could go back to the times where the person that was really chosen, they talked about them, they ridiculed them,
Mm-hmm.
they tried to destroy the name of that person, and it didn't work. You got to understand this. We are in a time where people want somebody, like, they don't like people like me, and I'm going to tell you why.
I know why. Because you're not weak, you're not vulnerable, you're outspoken.
Thank you. And I stand on who I am, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's the type of people, that's not normal. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's not normal. Motherfuckers that been through anything I've been through would have broke a long time ago.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people not built for this. When you chosen, God give you that inner strength and that outer strength to be who you are at all times. So y'all gotta remember this.
That's right.
When somebody trying to break you down, or somebody saying something to you that make you feel away, you got to remember who you are. A lot of people don't know who they are, Lane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy for them to become somebody else. It's easy for them to believe. If somebody's telling you every day that you ain't shit, and you not strong, you won't fall succumb to anything they say.
Absolutely.
They can tell you a crackhead. You become a crackhead because you listen to somebody else.
And that's, the one-way train headed nowhere fast. Because let me tell y'all something. I've never, ever once in my life really took a step outside of my body and said, with this person's opinion of me matters more than mine.
Thank you.
I've never felt that way. And I mean, I don't give a fuck if I look
Somebody
up
had
to
to
a
say
bitch.
that.
I don't give a fuck if the bitch was my role model.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, no one is that influential to change my view on myself. Now, I'm also a realist. Like, I know, my shortfalls. I know the things that I got to improve on, but I've never need anyone to tell me that.
Yeah.
And, in the event people going to tell you all types of shit. Even when you the hottest bitch out here, people going to tell you need to work on some more shit.
Yep.
So if you're sitting around really taking feedback and entertaining it as if you need that, you're wasting your time.
A lot of people become who people want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that this generation specifically that we in, me and you, you're a little bit younger than me, we still the same generation. This generation specifically becomes who other people want them to become. And when you don't do that, you're the enemy.
Yes, and you're the outlier because you didn't conform. Ain't that the fuck crazy how that happened?
I'm never conforming to anyone. I don't give a fuck if it's 5,000 people telling me I'm wrong, I'm right.
Girl,
I don't give a fuck if it's 5,000 people telling me that I shouldn't do this and that. I'm going to do what I want to do.
And that's period.
That's period. Y'all got to stop listening to these motherfuckers that ain't got shit, don't want shit, ain't never going to have shit. And if you do got shit, I still don't give a fuck about you because I'm going to still get mine.
Period. And let's also get into how, you don't necessarily, and I want to speak for the gay community specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of the habit of, having to speak detrimental on next bitch or, bring the next bitch down or shade the next bitch just to feel like, you on one. Like, you do not have to take away from the next bitch just to be on one. You know what I mean? You feel me? Because, like I said, it's in you, not on you, right?
Thank you.
When you coming out of your mouth all the time and, you addressing what the next nigga doing, everybody's sitting around noticing that you're not worried about what you got going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people don't see that.
See you. Listen, one thing about a motherfucker that's hating, a motherfucker that's trying to pull people down, we don't gotta say I don't see why they don't see it. Their life is kicking their ass. You gotta think about it. Ain't nobody that never talked shit about me made fake pay. Y'all not doing nothing better than me, and that's fact. So at the end of the day, I already know you ain't doing shit. Cause a bitch like me, I'm not making no fake pages. I'm not putting my personal opinion on some shit that really don't matter. No, we gonna bid all day.
Oh, for bleed.
Yeah, we gonna make it a bid. We gonna laugh. We gonna cackle. But
bid on my shit, your shit, our shit.
Yeah, but when it come down to some real life shit next to me, giving a fuck about shit life, I'm sorry, I can't do that. So I don't even gotta ask nobody what's really going on. I could look at you and tell that you're miserable.
Bitch, see right through you.
You're miserable. You're miserable as shit. And at the end of the day, that's why God, no matter if 50,000 people say, this person is a bad person, stay away from him. God gonna send 150,000 more to follow me.
Period.
So I want people to understand that.
It's not like a lot of girls in the city like you, that's unapologetic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bitches talk a lot.
Yeah.
But a lot of bitches don't live in what they speak. They don't stand on what they say. You feel me?
Right.
And I think that for you to have like your platform and have like the knowledge that you have, and you know your critical thinking aptitude is substantial enough to tell the next bitch right from wrong. I don't get why that trickles to a hate train or like opposition. When I meet people that have gems, not only am I, you know, supporting them, I'm also, you know, low key trying to like, you know, it's like let me put myself where these people be. If I feel like they have things that I want, if I feel like they know things that I have, they have the resources that I have. And I'm talking about y'all with y'all fucking girlfriends, family members, everybody. Like y'all, it's giving hate because people love somebody a certain way when in reality that person never had odds for you. You could be, you could be on a team,
right?
But you ruined it.
Well, you want to know why I think that specifically our city is more of a city of hate than love. You gotta think about it. A lot of people, I'm gonna keep it a being. A lot of people really don't have knowledge. Yeah. A lot of people are ignorant. Yeah. Ignorant definition is you do not know. Yeah. A lot of people do not know a lot of things about life. So somebody like me, I'm only 29. But I could talk with old heads. I could talk with, because my grandparents raised me, and I was deep rooted in. I had to read for 3 hours every night. I had to learn. Like my grandparents, like it's not gonna be no dummies coming out this house. So when I was younger, I used to hate it. I used to be like, why I gotta do this? But when I grew up and I see my peers, and when I mean peers, I mean people my age, and they talk, I couldn't connect with what they were saying.
No, and I say all the time, I feel like I have to dumb myself down to fit into general population.
And sometimes I do that to be funny, but when you have a conversation with me, I'm very articulate. I'm not playing no fucking games when it really comes to showing my intelligence. But people will hate you for having something that they can also have, but they ain't had the resources. They ain't grew up in the right household. And you could be 25 years old today and pick up a fucking book and know everything I know.
Absolutely. And it's crazy that you say that, right? Because a lot of niggas is stuck in their ways and they think that, you know, that's a reason to kick your feet up because I'm 30 or I'm 40 and I'm dumb.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like no matter how old you are, you always got to seek knowledge. And no matter how old you are. And I feel like us as a culture, black people specifically, we do not seek knowledge. We don't read books.
Other cultures, they be playing us. We the bid to them. Like,
yeah, because first of all, it was already a structure where they wanted to tear us down. Remember back in the day when we were slaves and they didn't want us to read?
Yes.
They took books. It was already set up for us to be dumb.
Yeah.
So when somebody like me or you or anybody that's black that went to college, that got degrees, that they try to still hold you back. It's men in jail right now that shouldn't be in jail. But they in jail because they smart and they're black and they're strong. And that it's a systematic thing that whenever somebody is too smart or too strong or knows too much, they will systematically always hold us down or keep us back from what's supposed to happen. So sometimes it's not too good to show like who you are or what you are. And but I'm gonna say now we in a time and a day that somebody got to say this. I'm not never dumbing myself down. I'm not never holding back on who I am. I'm not never showing a dumb side. Like, yeah, I might laugh and play, but when it really comes to something that's real and serious, and you are a person that is really intelligent, don't dumb that down for nobody. I had somebody say to me, they said, how do you feel comfortable like getting on live and like showing that you're really smart? Like, I'm smart too, but I feel like that's not the it thing. Being smart will always be the it thing. Being intelligent will always be it. I think that our culture has changed and showed a different side. Like, no, being smart is it. Being smart is in. That really crushed me because I'm like, yo, she really think that being smart is not a good thing.
And it's just like, people need to flex that shit. Like, I'm witty as shit and it's evident, and I might come off a little sarcastic, and even London might come off a little sarcastic sometimes because, like, you know, bitches know what they're talking about. But, like, why would you not want to be enlightened? Why would you not want to know what the fuck you're talking about all the time?
Yo, some people really feel uncomfortable with being themselves. I don't know. You still got more? Oh, child, please. You gotta catch up, sweetie. Yeah, when she said that, I was gagging. I ain't gonna lie. But when she explained more, I understood, because when you hang around a bunch of motherfuckers that ain't got nothing going on, let's say all her friends on the block all day, all her friends didn't graduate, she the only one that has a good degree, they might make her feel like an outsider now because she the only one that's on shit. But I'm saying that's the cool thing to do. The cool thing to do is be intelligent.
And people do that, cause so when I was locked up, right, I was up at the F, right, for a little over a month and a half, like a month and a half. I had been in a cell with 3 other people. It was a multi because, you know, like when you the last to the block, you gotta go in a multi.
Mm-hmm.
Given. So, like, you know, we got to know each other in there and shit like that. We would talk, and it was evident that I was the smartest motherfucking one up in this motherfucking cell.
Right.
They knew it. I knew it. It was, you know, without being said. I noticed that as time went on, they really kind of like formed like a kind of like image of me that took away from me being smart, and somehow it channeled into me being smart, being like not a street nigga, you know, not mind you, the one boy was in there for fucking smoking K2. He didn't do shit. He violated probation and smoked K2. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But needless to say, like, they like, just because I'm educated, just because I'm articulate, they associate that with me being like not as tough as the next nigga, or not at, you know, whatever the case may be.
Honestly, in all reality, right? Yeah, reality.
When in reality, I'm light years past you. Not only do I know how to, you know, act accordingly in a fucking setting where as though, like, you know, shit necessary. If it's time to get down, then it's time to get down. But obviously, you don't want to portray that we growing up, we getting older and shit like that. And niggas act like they don't understand that, like, a nigga being grown and a nigga having shit to lose, they act like it's giving up bitch because somebody want to better themselves. Niggas want to get educated.
Crazy too, on top of that, when any of my followers like do business with me, they say, "Oh my God, you're so professional."
Yeah, I didn't know you was like this either. No shade.
I'm very professional. Y'all have to separate who I am as an entertainer from my real life.
You want to know something though, and this is another thing. I want to like kind of like piggyback off of what I said earlier. I was like, and not a lot of girls in the city that be on this, right? Because so generally the person that the type of person that would, like, you know, entertain the audience that you tailor to,
mm-hmm.
you would expect to just kind of like, you know, be invested in the wrong shit, you know, worried about the wrong shit. You wouldn't expect them to, you know, be out here really capitalizing off of it, converting the fucking live viewers to a podcast and shit like that. You wouldn't expect them to be making moves like, no shade, you know, it's like, girls like Bossy, for example, they didn't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
No shade. It's kind of like the business aspect of you is, what am I trying to say?
Take your time, baby.
What I think I'm saying, long story short, your image and your craft and your business do not intertwine, is what I'm getting at.
Yes. And that's and you want to know why that is? Because I'm chosen. No,
yes!
Facts. Anybody that would look at me would think I'm just every day a runaway girl. But when you meet me and you interact with me, have a conversation with me in real life.
No, and you are actually surprisingly witty.
Yeah, you like, when you're chosen, God will always separate who you're supposed to be with who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be a ratchet ghetto girl that don't really got nothing going on. I'm supposed to be, you know, but that's not who I am.
Right, because you're not a product.
And I'm not afraid to show who I really am. I'm not afraid to say I'm intelligent. I'm not afraid to get drop gems on what I know. I'm not afraid to be me. A lot of people don't. A lot of people are not comfortable with being themselves because, again, I'm going to say it. Somebody got to say this. They don't know themselves. And a lot of people are older. It's 35-year-old people that really don't know who they are. And I feel like at a young age, literally 16, 17, I found out who I was.
Period.
I grew up in a household where I had to know who I was. Like
I was given, like, making executive decisions forever. Like, it was never given, like, you know, somebody else is delegating. It was never given any of that. It was kind of like, you know, I know what's best for me because I know myself. And I know just because it worked out for that person don't mean it's going to work out for me. I know that just because it didn't work out for that person that it may not, it can't work out for me. You feel me? Like, you just got to kind of, like, gauge situations, like, and just play shit accordingly. And just chill regular. Like, you know what I mean? When you really just yourself and you could just show up, that's a good feeling, yo. Like, no shade, like, it feel good to just be able to show up, like, and not have to come with, like, expectation or theatrics.
She said sometimes, some days she feel tired of being strong, but she keep on keeping on. Do we feel like that sometimes?
Today,
it's
I feel
many
like
times that you feel like you just wake up, you're like, damn, why am I feel like that all the time. You wanna know why? I'm the person that anybody come to for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whether it be financial, emotional,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just always been that person. And I can easily feel like I'm tired of being that way. But when you walk with a purpose,
mm-hmm.
you're not going to feel that way that long, because God going to put it on your heart to get through it.
Bitches is needing bitches like you.
Yeah.
They, like, I mean, they didn't know that they felt like this until you got up here and said it a lot of times. Even on, like, Instagram memes and shit, it works the same way. You see something on Instagram translated into a way that you can resonate it better. You know what I mean? Now you understand your feelings. Mm-hmm. To answer your question, yeah, I do feel, I'll be tired of being strong all the time. If y'all knew my day-to-day, like, shit can get real shaky. Like, I'm just, real grounded and down to earth, and, like, ain't nobody gonna see me sweat. But
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I go through shit. Like,
yeah.
I'm in a fucking relationship fucking whirlwind right now, and
if it's meant to be, it's gonna be. So I think that everybody like you, or somebody that's going through a situation like you with a relationship, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I keep drinking wine. I think that people need to realize that whether it's a relationship problem, a financial problem where you feel like you ain't gonna make it through, I'm gonna say it again. Everything was already written. So
yes,
something is gonna get in the way. If you're not supposed to be with that man, something's gonna get in the way of that. Something, even it could be minute. You could think, like you said, the other boy. You let him go. You shouldn't. Anything that's supposed to get in the way of what's going on in your life is going to get in the way. So it's like, you ain't... I want people to be like this. This is why I really don't give a fuck about nothing. Because there's only two things that can happen. I'm going to live or I'm going to die.
Thanks.
And while I'm living, why am I worrying about... So I don't really worry about too much, because guess what? Even if you're not a very... a person that really interacts with religion, even if you're not super religious, super spiritual, everything been written. So at the end of the day... Why are you worrying about something that is going to work itself out anyway?
Either way, and the
anyway, because if you worried about your living situation, you ain't got no money. Either you gonna get kicked out or you gonna stay.
Hello.
If you gonna go in the shelter, it's gonna work out. You ain't gonna die. You gonna die when it's your time. So I think people take life way too serious in the wrong aspects, and I can explain that because go ahead.
People a lot of power over us. Like,
yeah,
I think that I was so vulnerable, and this, like, just kind of like gave it up and put people, not even just in a relationship, people, friends, family, we put them under the impression that, like, they are the deal breaker in our life.
Yes.
And in reality, it shouldn't be like that. And even if you feel like that, it shouldn't be like that. Because, like, I had to snap out of it, bitch. I'm not going to get into much.
You are the deal breaker in your life. You.
Period.
No one else can break any deals. No one else can break any chains. No one else can be successful or fail at anything but you.
And so when chosen,
yeah,
bitches lose you. You don't lose people.
First of all, when you're chosen, you're going to fall on your ass a lot of times before you make it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want people to think just because you chosen. Yeah, I don't want people to think that just because you chosen is a walk in the fucking park. You're going to wake up, you got millions, you ball.
Bitches hating.
When you chosen, you don't have to have anything.
Yes.
You don't have to have millions of dollars. You don't have to dress fly. You could talk. When you're chosen, you open your mouth, somebody will know. Somebody had to say this. When you're chosen and you open your mouth to talk, I don't give a fuck who don't like me. You know I'm chosen. You ain't going to even act like you don't know. Because no matter what's going on, what's sad, any room I walk in, my presence is felt.
Exactly. And that's why, like, yo out here chasing images and shit to thinking that it's going to make you that girl.
Mm-hmm.
We seen the Louis two-piece. You're still not that girl.
Mind you, you are who you are no matter what you in.
Regardless. And it's like, you know what I mean? it's so hard to explain to somebody because you kind of just see it. Like, some people just got that shit you cannot teach. Some people they just come with it, you know what I mean?
Either you have it or you don't.
And it's sad to say, God ain't break it down like a Kit Kat, but it is what it is.
And the way he did that, I want people to understand this. God knew what he was doing. Everybody is not meant to be chosen. Everybody is not meant to have a voice.
Everybody can't come.
Yeah, everybody can't come. And a lot of times, I want people to understand this too, because a lot of people get themselves a voice.
Yeah.
But when you're not chosen, God will shut you the fuck up.
Big time.
Get into that.
Big time.
You doing your big one, you talking, but God gonna find a way to shut you the fuck up when you're not chosen. Mm-hmm. Y'all be self-proclaiming yourself as chosen ones. No, walk as you are, and we gonna see.
And heavy on the self-proclamation. Like, I don't know who gave bitches the mic, but they took it and they telling themselves that they're in a realm or a league of some. Like, listen, work on yourself. Stop comparing yourself to outside fucking sources and to other people. And I'm talking about niggas too, because at the end of the day, you can literally get into yourself and become, reach your state of contentment. You don't gotta fake the funk your whole fucking life. You can literally say, you know what? I see this bitch, things work out for her. What can I do so I could domino affect my life? What are the necessary revisions I need to make in my life to become someone that should be chosen, or to become, even if I wasn't chosen, I still have my victory speech ready as the underdog? Because you can do that as well. But
you ought to remember, everybody can't be in the front.
And they won't be.
I want people to be comfortable playing the back.
Right. That's facts.
I want people to be comfortable being workers. Everybody is not meant to be a boss. Everybody is not meant to be front line.
Facts.
It's not. If that was the case,
you can't help if you're not.
The world would be totally different than what it's supposed to be. Because if we had all bosses and no workers, how the fuck would that work out?
Bitch, we all be arguing about who the fuck supposed to pick what up.
And who gonna do what? You see what I'm saying? So it's okay to play the back in certain situations. You don't always gotta be front. Listen.
And everybody, like she said, everybody don't have boss fucking qualities.
That's facts.
You're not qualified. Everyone's not qualified. Like, some people are good at taking direction. Some people are obedient. Some people, can't think for themselves. So it's a lot more therapeutic for somebody to delegate for.
Most people cannot think for themselves. Thus, business ownership is not 100% like it should be, because most people are supposed to play the back. Most people are supposed to be workers. Everybody will not be an entrepreneur, and that's okay.
And time will tell.
I want everybody to be comfortable with, and let me tell y'all something. If you're 30 years old right now, right, and you don't know what position you play,
you lost.
And you're not comfortable with the position you play, you need awakening.
Yeah, because, I'm so secure and, streamlined out here. I'm 25. Speaking volumes. And, people can say with it, for example, prime example, what you said, I'm not an entrepreneur. I have, LLC, but I don't have a business that I'm, running and pursuing and shit like that. That's not really, my storyline right now. But I go to work.
Yeah.
And I'm good at it. And that don't mean that I wouldn't be good at entrepreneurship either. But, you got to do what works for you. You got to know yourself. And then if you want to venture out and, grow in other aspects of shit, if I wanted to go and take class and get da-da-da, I could do all that as well. But you have to understand that just because bitches out here dropping clothing lines and it seems like, that's the beat thing to do, it may not be written for you. You may supposed to be at McDonald's.
Yeah, somebody really got to say this. A lot of y'all are living other people's lives.
Yeah.
I really want to dig into this because I know we went a little bit somewhere else with this podcast, but so what? A lot of people are not living the lives meant for them, but they're getting around people that have already found themselves and are turning into chameleons and trying to become them. And when you do the same thing that they did and it doesn't work out, you're mad at them. Now it's fake animosity. Now you hate your friend because the person that was supposed to be doing that, she did it.
And that's
and the person that wasn't, she did it as well. So you could always tell the difference.
Because bitches get real confused when y'all come from the same place, but things didn't work out for them how it worked out for you.
Yeah.
They're confused. They can't, but they like.
That's where the hate come in. We both from the projects. Why you a billionaire?
But I'm going to tell you why, because you wasn't what?
You wasn't chosen, sweetie. It wasn't for you. And that's fine. And that's okay that you wasn't chosen, but we want to ask God, who do you choose and why? But he's not going to tell us. And that's okay. I want to ask God, why did you choose me? But it's no need. I'm chosen, and I'm walking in my truth, and I'm walking and being who I'm supposed to be, and that's all that matters. So, we're getting ready to wrap it up, but I want you guys to know this. If you don't know who you are at your age, if you are going to have children in the future or have a child that has a sexual preference that's not really for you and you don't really feel it, I want you to think about if it were you, how would you want to be accepted? And that's all I can really leave them with. Because I can't change your mind on what you think is right. But you are who you are because God made you who you are. But what if you were your child? Think about that. Any last words?
I think I want to leave y'all with, so if you knew how much I've lost, if you knew how much that nigga that you hating on lost, that bitch you hating on lost, maybe it wouldn't hurt as much to see her win.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't on Instagram. I ain't on Instagram promoting around when shit down for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every day ain't a good day. Every day ain't a bad day.
Facts.
But at the end of the day, I'm still going. And why can't we just pat bitches on the back for showing up?
Thank you. Somebody had to say that.
Somebody had to say that.
So thank you guys for coming. It was a great